Hello, ladies and gentlemen. William here again, and prepare for just extended period of ranting. I don't know if this is going to be an actual video of me, or if I'm going to use a title card or something like that, because you probably don't want to just watch me sit and talk with a headset on in front of my computer for however long. What we're going to talk about is Star Trek. I actually just went with a student to watch Star Trek Beyond, a movie that I was probably not going to see, more just because I don't like to go to the movies alone. And, China's not a big Star Trek country for the most part. So before I start, I want to just get this out of the way. It's good. It's really, really good, which is stunning on several levels for me. Many people complain about Star Trek Into Darkness, which they should. If I were to give Star Trek Into Darkness a score, I would give it a solid 10 out of 100. In all seriousness, as a Star Trek movie, I would give it 10 out of 100, 1 out of 10. As just a science fiction movie, I would probably give it a 50 out of 100. It's not bad. Actually, I think most of the problems with the movie could have been fixed if it wasn't being forced to be a Star Trek movie. Now, the thing about it is, I don't even consider Into Darkness, which is easily the worst Abrams movie. I don't even consider it the worst Star Trek movie. Insurrection, definitely the worst Star Trek movie. Final Frontier is probably as bad Star Trek movie. Into Darkness is way more watchable than either of those two. It would be a better science fiction movie if it weren't a Star Trek movie. The first Abrams Star Trek movie, it's still not good. I mean, as a Star Trek movie, I give it a 60, maybe. As a science fiction movie, I can give it a 70. Again, not bad. But as a Star Trek movie, it doesn't particularly ring true. Star Trek Beyond, man, as a Star Trek movie, I give this thing a 75. It's better than a lot of Star Trek movies I consider good. It's better than Voyage Home, which is a fundamentally great movie, but I don't like. As a science fiction movie, Beyond is 90. And this is absolutely mind-boggling for me. Looking at everything I knew about this movie going in, it had a absolutely terrible trailer. This trailer seems like it was designed to just piss me off and make me not want to watch this movie. It's the least Star Trek-ish trailer you could possibly come up with. I'm a huge Beastie Boys fan, ladies and gentlemen, but the Beastie Boys blaring in the back of a Star Trek trailer. What? It's what? Um, Captain Kirk on a dirt bike, white-skinned, taekwondo-armed space women who I'm assuming were there for Captain Kirk to seduce. The Enterprise exploding, what looked like the NX-01 from Enterprise. No, no, all of this actually makes perfect sense in the movie. It's friggin' brilliant, actually. The Beastie Boys music in the movie actually makes coherent sense. I'm speechless. I really am. I can't find anything blaringly wrong with this movie, and there's a lot right with this movie. And when you look at the production process, this becomes much more confusing to me. I like Simon Pegg, but Simon Pegg's involvement, I was really afraid was going to be too many cooks ruining the stew. Abrams seemed to have a lot less to do with the production of this movie than the past ones, and the guy who does the Fast and the Furious movies was involved in this. And ladies and gentlemen, if you like the Fast and the Furious movies, that's great. I'm glad that you can enjoy them. But as far as I can tell, and I process in my little mind, they are basically the car movie equivalent to bad kung fu movies. If you're watching these and you're enjoying them on a mindless enjoyment, this is borderline so bad it is good level. I can actually see that. If not, I don't want to look inside your mind. I don't want to know what's going on in there. I can't stand them. They're very clearly better than I'm giving them credit for, but I really just I've never watched one that I could even watch all the way through. I didn't care. Uh, I didn't like them. So Fast and the Furious director doing a Star Trek movie, I was very, very skeptical, but it's very, very good. At least give it a look. I know that a lot of people were really mad after Into Darkness, and they had reason to be. No spoilers clearly here, but yeah, everything works really well. A slight spoiler, the ship that we see, it is not an NX. I really like the design. And again, the whole thing is put together very, very well. At least give it a look. If you don't like this one, I would say just abandon the whole concept of watching any of the Abrams movies. If they even make more of them, I think that the actor who plays Spock is actually saying that he's done. But who knows? We know how actors in movies and roles work. Could be true. Maybe, maybe not. And I'm going to rant for a slight moment here on another subject, which is fans who complain about, oh, this ruined insert fandom here. No, it didn't. It might have ruined it for you, but who are you? Warning, William will be an ass for the rest of this segment. This is like people who say, oh, the prequels ruined Star Wars. Well, you didn't like Star Wars to begin with, then, to be really fair. Not because you didn't like the prequels. If you hate the prequels, that's fine.